good? It's Cadillaktrackz. I'm back again. Man, it's been a long time. But I wanted to make a video because recently I'm in a situation where I can kind of get back to the channel. I just want to go over quick tips again, kind of show everybody the template. I want to focus back on that. I think a lot of people have visited the channel to go over my template, and I'm going to bring it up real quick. So, you have Maschine right here. Oh my God. No. I don't know why I did that, but I think it's because I updated Maschine, because Machine's been doing a lot of updates. I haven't updated in about a year or two. I haven't even updated the firmware because my Maschine, for whatever reason, won't do it. But Machine's kind of getting dated, and that kind of goes back to the point of my template. If you have my template, I have this thing right here. This is a chain effects, or a chain of effects, and I got this ideal from a video I saw, and basically you can play these effects live, so you could have a melody running through this, and then you can just push a button and you can make some stutter and filters and flangers and all that, and kind of record the pattern on there, or record you pushing it and live. And so that's why we have that. We also have a channel dedicated for FX. I use these for like transition effects. And then we had our drum kit group. So this is what the template looks like. But if you have the template, you can't see my MK3. But when you hold shift and we go to channel, it brings up my template. And I recently bought the TEMPLATE.IM. And I'm pretty good with this, but I could not get it to set up on my computer. It could be because I'm running an old version. I run Windows 7, so we couldn't download some of the files, couldn't get it set up. We tried, it was linking up, but it wasn't giving me the full functionality. And it's kind of when I was realizing, how powerful my template is, even over the FL-Key-37. The buttons that we dedicated on my template, they're basically every button that you can have on that board. But they're already conveniently loaded, and we have more options available, and they're right at our fingertips. And so I didn't really need the board, besides the fact that it had the scale mode and the chord mode. I really like that. But I noticed that, on my channel, I've showed y'all how to do the scales and chords using some of the plugins and tools. And hell, Maschine has scale and plugin mode. And my template, I mapped out the damn scales in minor for every key, and it took all day. I remember doing that one day a long time ago. So I have the scales loaded on the pads, and I even have them lit up so you can see the octave change for 4 octaves for all the keys A through G plus. And we also put some other scales in there, and so we had one where it's all the white keys. We had so many things in the template, so I want to go back over it on the channel. Alright, so that's enough rambling. I also want to make a beat here, just kind of show everybody that we're still using the template. A lot of times I've been using Fruity Loops though, and we'll just kind of go back and forth. So we're gonna get started with the sound. I have the template loaded up on my Maschine, and we have Maschine right here. And as you know, these drum tracks 1 through 16 are loaded to these sounds in my template 1 through 16. So we can actually drop notes here and they'll come here, or I could drop notes here and I could bring them into here. And we can kind of go vice versa. We could drop them in the Maschine, or I could drop them here, but they're all linked up together. So whatever sound I put here will go here. That's how we set the template up. So yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go into Maschine. I kind of got rusty after I didn't use Maschine for so long. It felt bad. Going to our browser. Hell, I'm already messing up. Going into my browser, and I'm going to try to go into a folder I made. And I showed you how to make folders and browse them on your MK3. And now I'm trying to go into a folder with drum kits that I made. And let's see if I can load this one up. 327. And I actually need to make another drum kit, because I've been using the same drum sounds every day, and I haven't made a drum kit for them. Oh, this is so good. Alright, so this is my last drum kit. I guess I'll go ahead and use this one now. And as you know, on my template we keep the smart disable on Maschine until we get ready to use it. Sometimes you'll jump in Fruity Loops, you just cook up without that even on there. So on my template, I don't know if I have this for y'all, but it's Chihulu. Chihulu is a chord generator plugin. I'm not sure I'm going to use it today, but it's very good for inspiration, and hopefully they'll make some new patches. But so yeah, we have Maschine loaded up. Alright, so that's my sounds right there. You can hear them in the microphone for the drum kit. And so we have a drum kit. So like I said, these sounds are loaded up. Oh my god, I can't do that every time. These sounds are loaded up right here on the drum thing, so I could just go ahead and just drop them right here and make my pattern, which we do a lot of times lately. But you know, the Machine's great for finger drumming, so you try to utilize both to make the best combination. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video. We're gonna go over some sounds, and let's see how we do that. Alright, so I'm back now. I went ahead and I made a few patterns here. You can see on my template I have these channels 17 through 21, 22, and these channels are already linked up to the mixer and Fruity Loops. So you can see that if you open up the mixer on my template, you'll see these channels that are actually selected right here. Each one of them has an EQ where you can do EQ cuts, and it links them right there so that you can actually use the template to control the volume and I believe the pan right here. And that's where I mix from. I read an article a long time ago about that, but it doesn't matter. But it was saying that the signal flow or the chain starts right here in Fruity Loops. So rather than going to the mixer, because you have different options, you can go to the mixer and move this knob up and down, or you could just move this knob up and down. Or you can also like go into a sound and it has a volume knob inside the panel. But yeah, we made some melody right here on Omnisphere. It was taking up a lot of CPU, so we ended up going right here to the playlist. And as you know, if you have a little pattern, which it was a little 8-bar pattern, I think we right-clicked on the pattern and we went to render as an audio clip. That's how we got these audio clips right here. It saves a lot of CPU. I could probably do it one more time to this sound right here, and it would probably save me a bunch of CPU, which could help. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually move toward the drums. So you'll see that I have some sounds here. We got a little bass line. We have a little melody. These are little guitars that I put, and I'll go ahead and now let y'all hear that. Or actually, I'm not going to let you hear it. We're just going to look at it. And I think if I change my video card over to ASIO, then you can hear it or whatever. And then I also have this bass line though, and I also have this choir, and then I also have the bells. So I guess you can hear it all together. I like to put it all together. It kind of mumbles together, but it lets me hear completely what I'm doing. So those are all the sounds together. And I'm going to switch back over to my sound card. And so at this point, we could use the template. I could bring up Maschine, and I could start finger drumming on Maschine, just using stop record on Maschine, which, as you know, on my template controls Fruity Loops. So I just stopped and started it from here. So we could just start, stop. You can see in my computer the CPU is high. It's because I'm recording a video and we have a lot of sounds, and we got the Omnisphere. So we could bounce some of these to save CPU, but it doesn't matter that much. So one thing that we like to do is we'll just go ahead, and since we have a drum pattern, like I said, these sounds are linked to the drum kit inside a Maschine. We might just go ahead and make a pattern right here in Maschine. I mean right on Fruity Loops on the playlist. over here cooking some food. So yeah, we can just lay, like I said, we can lay the kick. And let me just show you something. When I laid that kick right there on my machine template, we use the first 4 sounds as kicks. So I could turn these off right here because we only need 1 kick, so we'll just run it from this one. And it's because I got tired of hitting the same pad over and over all the time. I didn't want to wear one pad out, so I just rotate between the bottom 4 for kicks. Alright, and since we are doing it like this, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video for save some CPU. Also, I would turn my buffer up now since I'm not playing from the keyboard. We don't need any sounds to come in right away, and we need more. We need the program to run more smooth. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll pause it for a second. All right, so now we have a little pattern that we went ahead and recorded. As you can see, I just filled in the dots. As this plays, my template lights up, so whatever drum kit you have is going to light up just like you were finger drumming it. So we could have did it either way. In fact, you can finger drum it and have it record right here into the step sequencer, right into these dots. I have a video showing you how to do that. I'm going to have to go over that again so people can know how to do that. But you can record right into the dots, right into the step sequencer, and you can also record and have it quantized perfectly with the auto quantize and to the dots. Or we can record into the piano roll just like the notes up top, or we could record these drum kits. We could have recorded them right into Maschine right here, or you can also record on the machine, drag it out here to the little slot right here, or I can hit these notes, I can save them as MIDI, and I can load them up right here in the machine. You can go back and forth. In fact, I could add a few of those note repeat notes, and I could just load them in Maschine. Like on the snare. Why isn't it locking? And so it's just little things you can do. Alright, so basically what I would do at this point now is go ahead and start wrapping this up for y'all. I just wanted to go back over the template. So I'm going to load up the template real quick. I'm going to go over some features that we could use the template for, in addition to what we've done right here. If you were making a beat. So I open the template back up. Once again, the template has scale, so if I still wanted to play this guitar, I could play it on the machine by pushing the pads. We have all the transport, stop, play, record. We have an undo button. We also have the dedicated playlist button. You can see when I push playlist, it opens. This is on the MK3. I'm pushing the rack button, it's opening the rack. We have a dedicated piano roll button, and we have a dedicated mixer button. Oh, the mixer won't open because I'm recording this video, but that's cool. We also have an extra menus button, a maximize button that maximizes any screen that you open, an exit window that lets you exit windows, and then we have a channel effects button. That button is so nice because channel effects button brings up the effects for any channel selected. So if you had a bunch of them, it would just pop them up right in front of your face. And then you can put exit window and close it. That's how good my template is. That's just on one page. You know, this page also has the metronome. I can turn it on and off right now. I'll just show you real quick. I just push the metronome. You just tap it on and off. Because these knobs, you can tap them or you can roll them. We also have a snap button. I can change the snap real quick. We have a tempo button. I can change the tempo. We have an undo knob. That's so good because you move that knob, you can undo 20 undos real quick. We have a jog knob where I can jog through the damn browser, bro. Let me show you. We have a browser. Oh my god, what have I done? Oh, I don't know what it was loading. But if you're on the browser, I can jog through sounds with the knob. And we can do it fast. We also have a swing button, and then the blend record, turn it on and on. We also have, we have the damn pattern button where I can switch between pattern and song. We had a lot. And we also had a file save button over here. There's some more things, and this is just page 1. So I'm gonna go off of page 1. On page 2, we have the solos and so with the solos on page 2, we were able to solo these tracks, turn them off and on. Also, we have the volume for tracks 17 through 24. So we have volume and solo knobs on page 2. Remember, I made a page 3. It has the sustain, legato, pedal, and portamento. If you don't have a pedal, you can just push that pedal button. You can have all your notes sustain. I have a sustain button, so it's perfect for people who don't have a pedal, or if you're playing an instrument on this damn MK3 and you don't have a pedal hooked up, push that button. Now you can make your notes sustain. We have also the universal reverb, tremolo, chorus, and portamento, and those hook up to any plugin. Most plugins use a universal controller for a reverb and tremolo, so those link up right away. And then the last page, we left that empty in case you wanted to link up a plugin or some shit you were working on, or you wanted to expand onto this template. So that's the template right there. Those are just the pages. If you hold shift and you push the templates button, it opens up all my scales. And you can't see it right here, but we go through the scales right here. Scales A all the way through G. Then we have major, blues, pentatonic, Aeolian, Dorian. Then I have one I call triggers. That triggers, oh fuck man, you'll have to watch the video on that. Triggers is how you record right into the step sequencer. It makes these triggers. And then we have one called all whites, where when you hit the pads, it's all whites. All whites is perfect if you're using something like Chahulu or some chord generator where it's trying to let you play the scale easily and it's mapping them out to all the white keys. Well, you need a way to play to all the white keys. That's why I made that all whites, because different instruments will let you utilize or do something like that where it'll put all the stuff on the white keys, and that's how you can utilize it using the template. All right, let's get out of this. Also, you have the pages. Man, this thing is so clean. And so yeah, that's the template, man. So what I showed you here, this is how we make the beats usually. Just one pattern, kind of map it out. This pattern and some of these sounds could be made longer. If you wanted it longer than 5 bars, it could go longer. Simple drum pattern, we're gonna make this a little longer. So this is going all the way to the end of this. And from there, we'll just, also on my template, we have the locks functions where we can change lock states. You can actually sequence lock states on the damn piano roll. And then we have the functions tab where you can switch functions, or you can actually change functions with the machine, right in the machine in Fruity Loops. We're gonna go back over all of these, but I'm just gonna go ahead and play this for a second. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, and I'm just gonna show you a few more things that I would do just to get the beat ready. But I'm gonna switch the sound card over so you can hear it on your little phone or whatever a little bit. Alright, so yeah, we have no bass line. That's crazy. Most people would have put a bass line in right away. That's far without it. But we did have that massive bass that we had, the little bass lead. And so yeah, what we do is we will go ahead and open up a bass line. But let me go ahead and show you a few more things. All right, I'll show you a little trick we do here. It might not be ever necessary for you, but we like to rename these so that we can, when we link them to the mixer, they're already named, and so that we're not renaming mixer tracks or whatever. When I have an Omnisphere patch, there was a time in the past I made beats like I switched computers or something happened, the computer crashed, or I'm not sure what happened, but when I got back to the beat and I tried to open it, it would open up the plugin, but it wouldn't show me what patch I was using. And so it ruined the whole beat. I didn't have all the sounds because there was no way I could remember, years later, the name of the patch. And so that's why from now on I told myself that would never happen. So we just go to the patch name and we right click it. Oh, we shouldn't have done that. I'm closing. We right click it and we go to save patch as. It just brings where the patch is at, and it also brings up the name, and then from here I can just select it with my mouse. It's a little process. I just push Control C and it copies the name, and that's what we want. I want the name right here in Fruity Loops so that if something does happen to that plugin, at least I know what it was called. And so I just rename it, and I do that only for Omnisphere patches. All the other plugins, even if I go to a new computer, most of the time they'll open up. I've had that happen a few times with Nexus, but like I said, Omnisphere is the main one. Sometimes it can actually forget or won't recall what patches were saved. I think it's just good for reference too. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and just kind of name these sounds. So this is my piano. And then I have this sound, which is a choir. Let me switch this back for y'all. We have this bass. I can barely even hear it. Then we have our guitars. And like this guitar 1, guitar 2, and we'll name this like guitar 3. Alright, so I just want to show y'all how I do that. It's just very simple. Track 17, I actually bounced it to audio, and so let me go down here. That's what this little audio thing is. This is actually the reverse. So I'm gonna rename this. This is this is a reverse bell. And this was actually, it was track 17, but plug-in was taking up too much CPU, so we bounced it to audio. And we're gonna bring it back where it belongs. Oh shit, what did I do? And so yeah, you can hold down shift. That's what I'm doing, and I'm rearranging these. This was supposed to be like guitar 1 and then 2, 3. Hell, we fucked that all up. But it's a good example for y'all to see. And so we wanted this to be 17 now, since that's where my tracks start at 17. 18, 19, you always want to make sure they're going in order. Sometimes you'll notice they're not, and it can mess up the whole sound, or you'll notice something's wrong, and all it'll be is that one of these got off. Alright, so we have our sounds here, and sometimes you want to make sure. I know on the bass, actually this is wrong. Alright, so we know that 20 was the choir. I remember doing that effect, and I remember that. And wow, 21 is guitar rig. Let me turn it on. I don't know why it's off. So we did mess up here. All these are 21, which is dumb. These two are 21. I think this one was 22. I forget 21 or hell. So yeah, I just messed this up. But let's bring this bass down here to 23 or whatever. Yes, 22 is that extra guitar. So yeah, we actually need to do something different. Since I have these, hell, I guess it'll be all right. Nah. To make, we need these in separate tracks. So this is gonna be 21. This is gonna be 22. Hell. This will be 22 now. This will be 23, and this will be 24. I'm gonna go to the control panel, and I'm gonna move this effect. This effect was special for that guitar, so I'm gonna put it on that track again. Take it off of this one. Alright, so now 21, 22, and then 23. That way every track has its own channel or whatever. That's all we're doing right there. In the piano, I have a section where I'm gonna turn this effect on and it'll go backwards. So we do stuff like that. And alright, so I did that so I could show you this. Just basically, you already know this. You want to hold down control. You want to select all your channels. Make sure they're all going in order. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Go over to the mixer and just go ahead and route them right to the channel. So we just hold right click or push right click, channel routing, route from this channel. And it's gonna load them up nice and neat for us. And so you do want that. You want that nice and neatness. And that's about it. I think on 17, 18, 19, that's it. So yeah, that's how we had our effects set up. And so yeah, I wanted to show y'all that. And as you know, after we do that, we just go here to the pattern mode and we'll go to split by channel. It'll allow us to split all the sounds, and then we'll start sequencing them out. So basically that's how we make a beat in a nutshell using the template. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna play just the beginning of this beat. It's just something I'm starting, but you can kind of hear how it has the little pieces. So actually, I guess you can't hear unless I was to go to the mixer and, well, I don't know. But until next time, what am I using ASI for? Oh, I should not be using that. Horrible. I hate it. I'm not even gonna talk about that. So you can see like my CPU is real high. What I could do is the programs that use the most CPU or stuff like Omnisphere, we could bounce that down, but since we're kind of done or getting toward the end of the beat, we'll just turn our buffer up. That's why I don't like Fruity Loops ASIO. It's not as strong as my sound card, but I'm not sure why these sounds are off. I'm gonna turn everything on. And yeah, that's basically it. I would play it for you, but we have computer problems. So, but what I'll do is I'll just switch to my regular sound card. It'll be able to handle it. And if not, like I said, you want to bounce it, and it's real important to bounce it. In fact, I had an example yesterday where, let me show you something too. I have these plugins, right? If you click on a plugin, like this one is instrument bus, all my sounds are going to this bus. If I click on this plugin, if you look up here in the top left, it says 2.4 seconds latency. So this plugin is making my beat 2.4 milliseconds slower, or sounds are coming in that slower. You can't notice it because it's so little, but the other day I think I had 40 seconds and sounded like one of my sounds was off only when I export it. So if you have that problem where sounds are a little off when you export them, it's because certain plugins are making delay or latency, and sometimes you just want to get rid of those or find a way to keep them, meaning you bounce it and then you take the plugin out. That way you have that sound and replace this with none. You have that sound, but you'll also have it, not giving you any latency issues. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Until next time, Make sure y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna keep doing some beat making videos. I'll go in more depth, but as you can see, we're just like talking. But that's what I want to do, catch up with y'all and just remind y'all of the power of the template. So I'll make another video where I show the machine and we kind of go over how the template's working with Fruity Loops. But even to this day, it's been like 3 years. This template is still a flawless connection with FL. And when I got that new FL board, FL key, I was disappointed. And it just kind of made me look back at the template. And I think the template's a little bit better set up than that. It's just that you have to utilize it, for each person's different experience. So a lot of the functions you have on that board, we have on the template. And we made this template a long time ago, way before that. And we also have Maschine, so we want to use them all together. So check out my page, and until next time, peace.